Hi, my name is Dylan. I just finished my bachelor's degree from Pomona College in cognitive science, and I am here to tell you about dreams. Dreams have really fascinated me for a while, and I have made some videos about dreams before. Of course, I'll put the links up and everything. I made the first video about dreams and I just couldn't, it got my mind moving so much. I realized there's so much more to talk about, so got a lot of other stuff to talk about today relating to lucid dreams, memory and dreams, the relationship between dreams and your physical body. We're going to talk about sleep in general as well. We're going to talk about creativity in dreams, how you can get it, the really incredible potential there that a lot of people have yet to realize, most likely because it's difficult to make money off of people's dreams, so the information about dreams is not really there. So I'm gonna tell you all about that stuff. Here we go. So I have this list. I'm sorry, it might be a little bit awkward. Anyways, I just started dream journaling again. It's something that comes and goes. I do it in stints. I'm really excited to start journaling again because it means that I'm going to start lucid dreaming soon. And this is what happens when you start to key into your dreams in different ways. The method that I use is dream journaling. Very detailed dream journaling allows me to understand my dreams, see patterns in my dreams, and believe me, you do not realize how many patterns are there. It's incredible, and you will begin to see these once you start journaling. So I'm really excited to start lucid dreaming soon. Another cool thing about dream journaling, just on the side, is that it gets you out of bed. I know that it can be difficult to get out of bed sometimes, but if you wake up and you just had a dream and you spend a page of writing on this dream, I mean, you're gonna be ready to get up. I mean, particularly if you're just in shape in general and you've had a good night's sleep. So, dream journaling is a really excellent thing. You don't have to do it in every detail. You can also dream journal just by you wake up and you're like, okay, my dream, horses, my mom, seaweed, whatever, 3 or 4 things. And that's an interesting way to see patterns. I don't know how well this will start to facilitate some of the deeper awareness that's required to begin lucid dreaming, but it is still very interesting, to say the least. I mean, we're talking about dreams here. There's some fascinating things happening in dreams, and journaling will help you remember those things, which brings me right to my next point. Why do we forget dreams? A lot of people say this to me, like, I talk about dreams with people, and a point that always comes up is I forget my dreams, and yeah, people forget their dreams. Everyone, it's a phenomenon. It's not just you, it's everyone. There's question as to why this may be. I think it's a really fascinating question, and the best answer that I can give you, because we don't really know. Again, there's not really much known about dreams because there's there's nothing economical about studying dreams. Unless you could develop some sort of super pill that, if you take this pill, then you can lucid dream. You could probably make some money off that, so maybe someone should go and research that and start making dreams a more public subject. It would be useful to society, very useful, because there's so much creativity to be found in dreams of all sorts, and I will cover that. So the best answer that I could possibly give you, because no one really knows, but my theory, and of course this is not a theory that I came up with, but sort of a theory that I've heard and I trust. The basic rundown of it, very basic rundown, is that the neural circuitry that orchestrates memory formation while you're awake is simply not performing the same tasks in the same way when you're asleep. So, your sleeping mind doesn't generate memories. Or it does, but in a very maybe passive way, or just in a much lower key way. And so that's why you can't remember your dreams. You know, pretty simple explanation, and I tend to believe that. Another possibility is that maybe a lot of our memory in waking life is formed by our physical context, and when you're asleep, the physical context is so there's very little basis on which to remember anything happening. There's no context to place the memory because the context is unconsciousness. So that's just like a couple of possibilities. I don't really know. So I'm talking about this physical context of dreams. There is definitely a connection between your dreaming self and your own real physical body. There's no question in my mind about this. I want to talk about research that's been done that shows this, and some very, very excellent research, as well as my own personal experience. So, as far as this research goes, one scientist who was trying to make lucid dreams more known, I guess, or was interested in lucid dreams, anyway, he had an assistant watch him while he slept. And they knew he was sleeping because he was attached to an EEG. And he said, look, I'm going to lucid dream because I know, I'm aware of my dreams. I'm a lucid dreamer now. Let me show that to you. And he would say, okay, so watch me while I'm sleeping. When I start to lucid dream, and you can see dreams beginning on an EEG, the frequency will change. And he said, when I start to dream, I'm going to roll my eyeballs left, right, up, down. And the way he did this was in the dream, he looked left, looked right, looked up, looked down. That was kind of like the basic idea of it. So basically, yeah, there's definitely a connection there between your dreaming mind and your physical body. I also have an experience with this. I talked about this in the earlier video, but I'll mention it again, that once in a lucid dream I decided that I would try meditating. And when I meditate, I try to exist solely within my body. And I mean, when I'm awake and I'm meditating, I bring all awareness into my body itself and try to let the mind go. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this sort of notion. I'm not going to really get into it, but when I meditate, it's a very physical thing. It's a very physical phenomenon. And when I meditated in my lucid dream, I woke up instantly after, I sat down, closed my eyes, started breathing, shifted my awareness into my body, and my body, within a matter of moments, just in that moment, my body started vibrating from within, and I started seeing flashing lights, and I woke up immediately. And so, to me, I see a very good connection there, where in my dream body, I shifted my awareness into my dream body, And that just woke me up. It woke up my physical body. I think there's a connection there. I don't understand it, but that's that doesn't mean that it's not there. It almost certainly is there. Another really interesting phenomenon regarding the physical body and dreaming is out-of-body experiences. Now, I'll just address very shortly, you don't have to believe this. This video is full of other great information. You don't have to pay attention to this part, but I would say for those of you who are denying the possibility of out-of-body experiences, this is what you look like to me. No, 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 no. And so basically, look, it's, you don't know, you just don't know. You don't know what's possible in the universe. I mean, think of all the things we've discovered, The Earth is not flat. I mean, that's basically what it's like. 100 years from now, people are going to be, people on the street are just going to be talking with each other about their out-of-body experiences because people are going to understand what they are. It's something that we will learn about, just like ESP. But lucid dreaming is a if you lucid dream more and more, you increase the potential for out-of-body experiences. This is just my own personal experience. I'm not familiar with a lot of hard research on OBE, out-of-body experience, but from my experience, yeah, it definitely happens, and it's a lot of times you can recognize it if you're having a dream, and the dream is you're just walking around like in your bedroom, like where you're sleeping. It's quite possible that you are merely, your awareness is merely out of your body. And you might walk around just in your room, in your house, in your neighborhood. Some really cool stuff will happen if you start to really pay attention to your dreams. And another really great thing that happens when you start to really pay attention is you can derive so much creativity from your dreams. And I am talking about art of all forms, visual art, design, musical art, poetic art, and other creativity. You can find emotional creativity. You can find your way out of emotional situations by paying attention to what's going on in your dreams. And you can also have more emotionally salient things happen in your dreams if you are constantly focused on them. You can intend and you can manifest dreams that are emotionally significant if that's what you want. And these can be a really great tool. I'll just talk about some of the things that I have learned from my dreams, creativity that I've had. In one of my dreams, in many of my dreams, but I'll just talk about one in particular. Well, they're really all the same. Basically, I'll be having a dream and I'll be in a house, and it'll be a really cool house. And oftentimes, when you're in your dreams, things can get crazy, things can get weird. Another, and kind of a synonym for those words is creative. And so I wake up and I'm dream journaling and I'm like, I was in this house, and then I think, oh my gosh, that was a really cool house. I'll just go right up on SketchUp there, what have you, any sort of CAD, or even just draw it in a notebook or whatever. Boom, I didn't, there's no creative process. The creative process was I fell asleep. So that's really incredible. And I have a number of designs that I've seen in my dreams. Another thing that I get from my dreams creatively is music. I actually recorded a song that I heard in my dreams. You can find it on my YouTube channel. It's called Dream Song. I'll put the link up. And this is not the only song that I've heard in my dreams. I've heard a number of songs in my dreams. And I mean, like, the music is playing in the dream and I'm listening to it. And I wake up and I'm like, where's my guitar? I need to, like, you know, I need to play this. I need to remember it, you know, because like we were talking about, you don't really remember dreams. So I'm just like, I get up, I'm like, give me that guitar. I need to, you know, put this to music. But besides, there's also, it doesn't have to be so obvious. Like, you don't actually have to see the building and get an idea for design. You don't actually have to hear a song and then that's like your music creativity. It's much simpler. Write down the things that people say to you in your dreams. And that can be inspiration for poetry, that could be song lyrics. You know, write down the words that people are telling you in your dream, and you'll find meaning in them. And you'll be creative. For instance, my friend in a dream a couple days ago, we were just hanging out. It doesn't really matter. But he told me, he said, "Sorry, I was late. I was waiting for 100 deer to cross the road." And that's just really beautiful. I mean, you can make that into any kind of art. You could take any meaning from that you want, but that's a really beautiful image, quite frankly. And so, you know, I'm really happy about that I can, the world is so beautiful, and then I go to sleep and the beauty never stops. It's excellent. I love it. And then emotional creativity. So if you're in an emotional bind, you could turn to your dreams. You could intend, when you go to sleep, you could say, okay, I need to figure out how to be about this, you know. Do that every night and keep a dream journal. Sooner or later, my friend, you will find an answer.